Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny Five Alive here, and we're back with another episode of Yetiland. And in today's episode, we're going to be putting the Bumpin' Derby ride skin that we built in the last episode into our Yetiland cave to create the illusion that it's a like gladiator coliseum, and we're going to be filling the cave up with presents and candy. It's their loot stash and all that fun stuff. So stay tuned and let's check it out. Alright, so here we go. We're putting the Bumpin' Derby in finally. We're filling up the Yetiland cave. We're going to have an attraction, our one and only ride in Yetiland that comes with the park, with the scenario. And we're going to be filling this area up with candy. It's all the candy that they've looted from the gingerbread town. They're going to be they brought it all to the Yetiland cave. And this is their winter stock. It's all their food. And they've got their presents, and they have their entertainment, which is watching guests bump into each other and battle each other with bumper cars. So they're getting their kicks and opening up their presents and having a good old time enjoying the Bumpin' Derby. So if you guys didn't see the last episode, I talked a lot about the scenario stuff. I recommend checking it out because I'm a little bit PO'd that they forgot the most important aspect of the game, and I spent the whole episode talking about it. Yeah, essentially there's no scenarios in this game other than career mode and flat maps. There's no way to actually open up Yetiland as a scenario map where you have the management system. It's basically a sandbox only map, which defeats the whole purpose of me making Yetiland. So I ran out of time in the last episode, and I wanted to say that the only thing I ever want from this April update now, everything they mentioned, like the go-karts, the new coasters, that stuff's all great. I could care less about it all. All I care about now is they actually add the ability in to make your own scenario maps. Because after I was done Yetiland, I was thinking, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a beautiful landscape with gorgeous vistas, waterfalls, all the good stuff that you can think of, and then one really awesome coaster, and leave a ton of spots for you to build. So basically, I want to do Yetiland again in the future, but go less crazy with the, like, I posed Yetis, I made sculptures, and I made all this stuff, and I put a lot of effort into telling a story. And it's my story, and you build a park around it. In the future, I would like to do that again, but spend more of my effort in sculpting beautiful vistas, and you get to come in and tell the story. So you get to place whatever you want into the terrain. And wouldn't it be awesome if you had a whole collection of Channel 5 gaming maps? Like I do a deciduous map, and I do an alpine map, and I do an Arctic map, and I do all these different maps that have great areas to build, like monorails too, and great areas to build these bridges and pathways to, and caves and valleys, and lots of different elevations and different areas to build parks and areas of parks. And then I just build one giant coaster that you get that comes with the park. And then when you load it up in challenge mode, you're like, oh, I could build this over here, I could put a monorail up there, and you could put a monorail down here, and one over there, and one under here. And then you can start thinking about, like, where am I going to put my park and my rides and my shops. And you basically have this gigantic landscape to build a park on, and you have $0. So you have to go to the entrance and start building a small little park, and then you make enough money, and you can put down the start of your monorail, and you make a little bit more money, and it goes to the second station, and then you make a bit more, and now you've got 5 different spots that the monorail goes to. Now you can get the people to the top of that cliff. Now you can start building another park up there, and then you make enough money, and you're like, now I could build a coaster, and and basically play the game like it was intended to be played on custom maps. I want to make a custom map collection. I want to put out different scenarios, and to me, that was the most fun thing in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 and 3. Building these custom parks and setting the objectives and trying to beat them. I mean, I want to set objectives for Yetiland that are so hard to accomplish that you're like, because career mode was just far too easy. And I want to make big big challenge parks that you're like, holy crap, like I'm gonna be playing this map for a long time before I get, you know, gold on this. And you know, that to me would be a lot of fun. Oh, I'm just noticing something in the recording here. There's a gap. I have to fix this before we get there. All right. Oh, something went wrong. I had to rewind. Hopefully this turns out okay. I've completely screwed up everything. All right, so anyways, challenge modes are not a thing in Planet Coaster as of right now, and I'm really hoping they add it into the April update. That's like all I want now, and I'm anticipating it so bad, and if we don't get it, I'm gonna be crying that how come if it doesn't come, I'm just gonna be like, how come Frontier doesn't want their game to be good? Like, it doesn't make sense to me why you have a planet a theme park building game that you can't build theme parks on custom maps. It just, I mean, with the management system, like, well, you might as well just throw out the management system, because the only time it works is on a flat map or on career mode, and nobody likes playing flat maps or career mode. So I'm actually blown away that this wasn't in the game at release, and it's not in the game right now. I'm like, holy crap, if it doesn't come in April, I might just lose my mind. Because I uploaded Yetiland thinking, this is going to be a challenge mode park, and everyone's going to open it up in challenge mode, and it's going to be all good. Nope, not possible. Unless I'm missing something and ranting for no reason. As of right now, it looks like it's not possible. So, it's a bit disappointing. Anyways, what you see me doing here is I'm giving all these Yetis candy. They're going to be munching away, and they're having a snack. And they're all feasting on the candy they took from the gingerbread land. Just trying to randomize things as much as possible. I put these gingerbread men in. I thought like they were kind of like prisoners. They took a bunch back to their town or their cave. Lauren ended up saying, I showed her this after, and she was like, oh yeah, and I put the carolers in, and I put one on each end, so when you come into the cave, you can hear them caroling inside. It's kind of cute. But yeah, Lauren was saying that why don't you put the gingerbread men in cages, like Candy Cane cages. I thought that was a good idea. So she built me a little cage, and she also made 3 gingerbread men shackled together. It was quite cute. So we ended up adding that in, and it's now here it is. So you can see there's a little cage that she made, and then she also made the 3 shackled together. So I'm taking all the gingerbread men that I put in and finding a little spot to put the cage, filling them in, so now they actually look like prisoners. The reason I didn't do that before, I thought like, well, the Yetis dragged them back there. It's not like they're getting away. I certainly wouldn't try to run away from a Yeti. I would stay put. But I think adding the cage adds a little bit extra character to it. So there's that. And then we have the little shackled guys, which you'll see here in a second. And there's 3 of them shackled together. And I decided to put them in various spots. So there they are. And there you have it. So this episode's pretty short, and this is something that you guys get to see when I did the pit. I forgot to clip this in. I touched it up later. Lauren suggested you need to add the falling snowman, and I think someone else suggested it too. And that this is the one thing that the coaster was really missing, was the falling snowmen. And hanging snowmen, so they fell down the pit, but they grabbed the edge and they didn't quite fall to the bottom. Some of them are hanging on to the outsides and stuff like that, to the little bones, and I thought it adds a little bit of extra character to it. And now when you're actually on the coaster, I've made it so, I don't know if all the footage is in here, we'll have to see, but almost every turn when you're on this coaster, you see a snowman like freaking out or falling or hanging on, and you pass by them and you're just like, holy moly, like. And then I put some squished ones in, or ones that are falling apart or just kind of shattered on impact. And It looks really good once you're riding the coaster, and likely you guys already seen this because I probably would have released the presentation by now, I'm assuming. So you just get to see the behind the scenes of what went into that. And here it is, and you get a look at the crystal cave that was all finished. It's all super speed here. Yeah, that was the final touches, and in the next episode, guys, you get to see me build the final spot of Yetiland, which is the gingerbread village, and we destroy that. And I did it all within like an hour and a half, maybe even less. I'll say at the most 2 hours. So it'll probably be a short episode. Trying to think, I might have touched up a few other things. We'll have to see. But yeah, nonetheless, I'll have one more episode coming out. And then from here on out, I'm out of footage currently. This weekend, we're going to start building the park. So I'm going to open up Yetiland, and we're going to build the rest of Yetiland. We're going to put a park in, put rides in, let the guests in, and we'll have to see how the process goes. So it'll be a lot of fun. And the Yetiland scenario is up on my workshop if you want to download it and start building on the park or seeing everything that's in there currently. Anyways, that's all the footage for this episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, please smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more Daily Planet Coaster videos. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. All right, bye now.